What's slinging, guys? Kudo xFactor here today, and I want to talk about, well, there's maybe a couple things I want to talk about, but they all kind of tie into something. But it could be, um, it could be, it's gonna be a commentary about basically attitude towards gaming, actually. Whether you're a public match player, competitive match player, trick shotter or something like that. Anything that really involves a team or people who actually a team basically. Everybody knows that there are positive players, there are negative players. There are players who try to bring you up, there are players who try to bring you down. There's both, and there's both, and there's people around like that, and quite honestly, uh, Call of Duty, any video game in general, you basically have playstyles, and your playstyle changes varying upon your mood. And if you're feeling really confident, you're gonna have good games. You're gonna have good games, well, depending on the person you are too. But me personally, when I'm confident, I have good games. When I'm mad, I still have good games. I'm happy, I have good games. But if I'm feeling a little depressed, then it affects my playing style. Just slightly a bit. I mean, it's kind of weird when I'm depressed. When I'm depressed, it's like 50-50. Sometimes I would do good, sometimes I would not. But either way, no matter what kind of person you are, it'll affect your play style. Mad, angry, different types of emotion has you playing different types of ways, and um, some of that could come from teammates. Sometimes teammates are negative teammates. I'm not calling out my own team here. I'm just talking about people in general. When I'm playing public matches, and whether or not I'm playing with people with mics, of course, and people who have different attitudes towards the game. I mean, some people, they're pretty good players and they're pretty cocky about their skills, which some people I can understand why they're cocky about their skills, but some of them get cocky to the point to where they start talking down to other players who are not better than they are. And me personally, I never really do that. What I used to do, I used to just talk crap because I was with my friends, thought it was funny, whatever. But we either end up winning or getting our ass kicked. But then, you know, it'd be that sympathy inside me, and it's just saying, good game, you guys played hard, whatever, like that. And quite honestly, I'm not the kind of guy who actually means what I would say by bringing down another player, unless actually no, not even unless anything. I would not bring down another player just because he's not as skilled as I am, and nor I would not bring down a player who is even more skilled than I am. I'm just the type of guy who shows respect to everybody. Basically, I treat them how I want to be treated, and not counting the joking around. I joke around a lot too, but not counting that. I usually treat them with respect, no matter who they are. Now, there have been people I've played with who has basically just bought me down. And the thing, what I would do is mute my own teammates. Of course, people would ask, why do you mute your own teammates? Because they're your teammates. Well, you know what? Having them bring me down will basically put me at a disadvantage because I'm going to be playing differently than what I would normally do. And it's going to be like playing differently than I normally do. And it's going to be kind of like, I guess I could say, in my point of view, it could be the same as muting all your teammates and not being able to have communication. Because not having communication and performance go together to make a pretty good gameplay or pretty good player. And if you're missing one of those things, then more than likely you might not have a good game. Communications and performance. Performance can be affected by emotions, and communication. Well, hey, if they're what I'm trying to get at, if they're trying to bring you down, then you gotta say to yourself that you don't have time for their bullshit. You don't have time for their bullshit, and I'm just gonna mute them. And once they are muted, you can't hear them. It's like silent, and it's like, you know what? Now is just peaceful. It's peaceful. I can focus on my game. I can focus on what I'm doing. I don't have to worry about somebody trying to bring me down. Whereas if you don't mute him, he's just going to keep bringing you down, not motivating you at all to do any better. Therefore, you're just like, oh my God, you know, I'm not that good of a player. Or he gets you thinking in a different mindset, which affects your playing. And once it affects your playing, you start playing a lot worse than you would usually do, which is not good. So if you have any teammates or people who bring you down, then just mute them, just ignore them. Don't let them phase you. Don't let them do anything to you like that. And if they constantly bring you down every single day, every time you play with them, find a new team. You gotta find a new team, or find what fits you best. I mean, some people I can understand, they can put up with it, but whatever makes you happy, you do what makes you happy. If you're happy with that team, you know, constantly bringing you down because it's fueled your fire, then hey, by all means, stay with that team. But if you're not, find a new team or do something different. And because you won't ever be happy in life just by listening to people who bring you down, or hanging around people who bring you down, or hanging around ungrateful people whom you do a lot for, but they don't show anything in return. And that's just bad. I mean, it affects the way you live, and it affects your emotions. It affects the way, whether you're happy or not, depending on the person you are, of course. And that's just the bottom line of everything, really. I mean, believe it or not, it affects your emotions on how you play. I mean, your emotions affect how you play, and being around negative people is never good. But if you be around positive people who are always happy, or who are always motivating you, or just want to have fun and just has that motivation, then that's good too, because that emotion gets you confidence. It gets you confident enough to actually do a lot better and think a lot smarter than what you actually do. And I mean, hey, that's just the bottom line. But if they're trying to bring you down, then I suggest you either mute them or find a new team, one of the two. And don't talk to them, just ignore them. If you ignore them, I can guarantee you that with their words, they're not going to try to get to you. So the next time they try to bring you down, hit that mute button right away. Therefore, they're just going to feel like they're talking to themselves. But anyways, this gameplay is coming to an end, though. That's about really all I wanted to say. If you guys have any questions, or there's any questions, anything you want to say to me, anything, comments, I don't care. You can hate if you want to, but you can love me too, you know, if you want to, and in a no homo way, of course. And if you guys have any, you guys can tweet me. My Twitter's above. This time it's above, literally, it's above. Look on the top of the video screen. You could tweet me. You could comment, anything like that. Just do the deeds. And this has been Kudo xFactor. So stay tuned, subscribe for the next video, and stay frosty.